It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Call us on your cell phone.
Culinary Hotline Bling.
Hey, you know we are in the kitchen. You know what time it is. It's time for the Culinary Hotline Bling. Sing, sing, sing. With the boss show. It's a Wednesday, and we're back in it again. Our foodie panel, Anel Potgieter, Jenny Morris, joining us to answer all of your culinary conundrums. Ladies, thank you so much for being here. Always a pleasure. And the day after a very special day, Anel celebrated her birthday yesterday, turning a sprightly 22. Yay! Halala, halala. Het jy lekker verjaar?
Baie lekker.
What did you do to celebrate?
I started the day with a cup of coffee and a packet of white lint balls, and I ended it with copious amounts of wine and pizza. So it was a fab day.
And stuff on her hips. Wow. Sounds like just the thing a 22-year-old should do as you celebrate. All right. Well, listen, when you call us as well, you know, you might as well even just call us to wish Anel a happy birthday. But give us a call at 0214309881. We'll be taking your questions as we have so been doing on social media as well. So Garth Lefleur on Facebook said the following: at what temperature do I put my oven when baking an apple tart or muffins? Can you give both answers, please, sir? Apple tart for the one,
of course
muffins. Okay, let's get into it.
Should we do apple tart first?
Yeah.
Because pastry likes it hot.
Pastry likes it hot.
Yes, between 190 and 200. Of course, darling.
Yeah.
Pastry loves it hot.
Why does pastry like it hot?
Because pastry's got fat in it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so normally you would chill your pastry, whatever it is you're making with pastry, put it in the thing in the fridge. They always say that cold hands, put your hands in ice water as well, because you don't want to overwork the fat and the gluten, because it makes it tough. So hot oven. Cold pastry.
So when we say hot, are we talking 200?
No.
190 to 200.
Yeah. And the other thing is about pastry, why you need a hot oven is, in the butter there's water.
Yes.
Okay? There's water.
Yes.
En dan ontplof hierdie water, dit gaan uit, and that makes it rise a bit.
Oh, those water molecules.
Molecules in there. And that, the quicker you, the temperature, release it, dan gaan hy stabiliseer en set.
Okay.
And then, dan gaan die apple or whatever not going to soak into it as well, because it's stabilizing.
In fact, there's a tip here. If you don't want a soggy bottom.
Because nobody likes soggy bottoms.
No, certainly not the girls. So what we do is, oh my goodness gracious me. You take this oven tray and you preheat it in the oven while you're preheating your oven.
Yes.
And then put your pastry straight, you know, the tin onto it, so already it takes care of
then
that
bottom. You'll have a firm, crisp bottom.
Hello, should we just
do the thing? Excellent. Okay, that's why baking is a science. We're talking about water molecules stabilizing at certain temperatures, going from cold to hot immediately and giving you that crispness. Okay, so that is when it comes to apple tarts or any kind of pastry.
Yes.
Pastry likes it hot. What about muffins?
do you want to grab that one?
Yeah, muffins is also about 180. That is where I will bake a muffin.
Exactly.
And I also always in the middle of the oven. Moet dit nie opsit of ondersit because the oven's temperature differs at different places in the oven. Unless you've got in met waaiertjies, that does it, but a lot of ovens don't.
Yes.
So also 180.
Yes.
Or if you use mixes like that, check the instructions.
Always read the packaging.
So reading the instructions, obviously when it comes to baking, is
180.
essential.
180, and sometimes it depends on whether you have a convection oven.
Yes.
Sometimes convection is a little bit hotter.
Yeah.
So you could come down about 5 to 10 degrees.
But generally the rule 180 is like that standard baking temperature. Hotter than that would be 190, 200, and then if you have one of waaiertjies, then you can
lower it down.
Lower it down.
10 graden.
But always in the middle.
Okay. All right, there we go. Then Joan from Cape Town called us last week and said when she makes lemon meringue, she puts it up high in the oven. She puts it up high in the oven. But after she takes it out, the middle sinks. So I'm assuming she places it, positions the lemon meringue quite high in the oven. Is that firstly the incorrect thing to do?
Do you know what? We always say in the middle, because that's the safest place to be. I don't know if it flops every time, because what does she say? It sinks.
Yes, so it sinks in the middle every single time. So after she takes it out.
It sounds to me like it's the meringue, because they are the golden rules of the meringue. I mean, number one.
Yeah, the number one, if you do it like this, Number one, eggs must be fresh.
Very fresh.
And room temperature.
They must sink and not float.
So room temperature, they must be fresh.
Yes.
And when you do a meringue like this, is to put a bit of cornstarch in to also stabilize the meringue.
Yes.
Or a bit of acid.
Acid in it to stabilize it. And then in the middle of the oven, even temperature, say about 170, especially with a lemon meringue, till it's like golden and fluffy.
That's it.
Must be golden
She
and
could be
fluffy.
making it too high, too fast, and when it comes out, the air gets it and it sinks. But you know, there's the other thing. Has she mixed her sugar in properly?
Okay.
Because if you do not dissolve all of that sugar, it's going to hit rock bottom.
Yeah.
Okay, because then it is still quite heavy.
Heavy,
Yes.
And it drags down all of the air that you've worked
That's
up
it.
in your meringue.
It's
It
going to
pulls it
sink.
down.
Yeah.
And you know what also, Nell? How about moisture?
Yeah, moisture is a big
Moisture's,
thing.
yeah. So
Yeah.
on
All
a
depends
humid
when
day.
you are, yeah.
So it also depends on what
Yeah.
kind of day you're making it
Yeah.
in. So
Yeah.
best to do it on a hot, dry day, would you say?
It has to be hot and dry, not
Hot
hot,
and
and,
dry.
humid.
Not hot
So
and
if you're in
dry.
the tropics, forget about the meringue.
All right, good. Great questions, by the way. Thank you so much to both Garth and Joan. We'll continue with those questions shortly, but also give us a call on 0214309881 for the culinary hotline playing Ting Ting.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Call us on your cell phone. Culinary Hotline Bling. That can
Only mean one thing when it's the culinary hotline playing Ting Ting Ting. 0214309881. That's the number to call, and we'll answer your culinary conundrums with Jenny Morris and, of course, Anel Potgieter. A question was asked by Liesel Beach, who said, "Can I use mascarpone cheese for cheesecake?"
Look at me.
Yes!
Damn sure you can.
A resounding yes. Is that the best option for cheesecake?
It's so delicious. It gives it depth. It's lovely and creamy. And what I like, I would use that instead of fresh cream, because sometimes a recipe does call for like a half a cup of fresh cream or
Yes.
something.
Mascarpone cheese is basically the Italian cream cheese.
Okay.
And cream cheese that you get in the shops is more American. So
Okay.
the cream cheese that you get in the shops is also a bit more acidic. So I will say, if you'd replace it, and I looked yesterday, they are actually about the same price as well.
Okay.
You know, so both are white, both are creamy, both are, it's amper dieselfde ding, just a little bit different. So what I will do, if I use mascarpone to get that little bit of acidity, if you like it, I'll just add a drop of lemon juice or something with
Okay.
it, if you want to.
There we
Yes.
go.
Yeah,
So if
look
you
a
want a
bit
little
better.
bit more mamma mia in your
Yeah.
cheesecake,
Yes.
use the mascarpone.
Yeah.
All right. Oba Gang asked, "What must I use to bake cookies?" Very general question. I don't know if you can simplify it.
She knows exactly
Yeah.
how to bake
What
a
must I
cookie.
use to bake cookies? Thanks, Oba.
Yeah, 3 ingredients: sugar, butter at room temperature, and flour.
And flour.
So all you do is you first cream this. Dit vat gewoonlik 'n rukkie.
Okay. While you do that,
Yeah.
what is the whole thing about ingredients being at room temperature when you bake? Why?
Because what happens is, if you're going to put cold ingredients into a bowl and then into a hot oven, it's like cooking steak.
Uh-huh.
You know, it's never going to reach, you're never going to have
Yeah.
a perfect steak if it's cold on the inside. Just say you want a blue steak. Bleu. You're going to put it in the pan like this, and the inside's going to be cold.
Okay.
So
All
it's
right.
the same with baking. You
Ah,
have
okay,
more
that makes-
success because you want it all to be at the same temperature to maintain.
Yes.
I just thought pastry chefs were being difficult. All right.
Remember, it's a science.
It is a science. So after you've done that, you come
Okay.
up with a mix of something like that,
Yeah,
right?
and what you do now with this, you actually roll it in a little ball, in kleefplastic like this.
Yeah.
And this you can freeze. You
For
can
next time.
freeze for next time, or you can,
Keep in the
use it
fridge.
immediately, but put
Yes.
it in the fridge. En dan sny jy dit net sulke rondetjies soos die.
That is perfect.
Okay,
That is
and then you
brilliant.
take it off, and then you bake it.
There's no use. You don't even need a cookie cutter.
No, you don't need a cookie cutter.
You
so
need an anel.
yeah.
It's like little bologna shortbread.
Exactly.
Well,
So overseas they sell cookie dough like that in a roll like this. You actually buy it frozen, and you can just do this, and dan gat jy.
And then
Can I
obviously,
make it
the day when you bake it, you're going to let it thaw to room temperature, or do you?
You put it in the fridge, bring it to...
Yeah,
Yes.
room temperature.
But remember, that's kind of a pastry, so you don't want it too.
Yeah.
Cold pastry,
Yes.
hot oven.
Okay,
En
good.
daai is omtrent 180 grade, 15 minute,
Yeah,
whatever,
that's
180.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
You know, while
Easy.
you
And
feel,
they'll be golden.
and then while you
Yes,
feel the need to
love
do
it.
it now, why not make a big
Yes.
batch for
Happy
next time?
birthday
Oh,
to
nice and crispy. No
look at
soggy
here.
bottoms there. Then Faith from Bloemfontein says she sells eggs. I thought somebody was catching me out in a tongue twister. She sells eggs, and sometimes the eggs are cracked. What can she do with all these eggs? What kind of recipes can be used or made with cracked eggs?
You know, I'm going to get technical here.
Yes.
When did they crack?
That's a very good
Because
question. So,
bacteria, that's the important thing.
salmonella.
Salmonella, and that for me is the important thing. So if they're cracked on the way from the chicken run, that's one thing, because then you can crack them and put them in a bowl and keep them in the fridge for 2 days. You're going to tell us what you can do with it.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you how to freeze.
Oh, wow. Tell
Yes,
us.
the egg white, you could take the egg whites and freeze each one in a little compartment of an egg tray. What do you call Diana?
Excuse me, darling. I need to move your hair from your microphone.
Oh, again.
You
Sorry.
just want to touch her hair.
There we go.
In an ice cube tray, you freeze it. And then when you bring, and you must put the date on it. Because, I mean, I don't know, if she's got a chicken run, she's going to have 50 million cracked eggs every so often. Pop it out, and for each egg, you're going to put 1 tablespoon of thing, and it's good for meringues and that kind of thing. The egg yolk, you can freeze that too.
Really?
But you must give it a klitz and put 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt with that. Otherwise, it becomes very gelatinous.
Okay.
That's
So
clever.
now you can tell us everything that you can do.
I would have just said chuck the bunch.
No.
I also want to say for people when they buy eggs, and I think this is what they must remember, always turn the tray around and see if there's any broken at the bottom. Want jy gaan mos deurkom. So make sure that when you buy it, that you don't get home and half of this was cracked when you bought it. So first make sure that it's and then you can make meringue, you can make lemon meringue. Daar's soveel goed wat jy kan doen daarmee. But Jenny's frozen is brilliant.
Just want to take a moment to just check the time because we do need to show people how to make those bran muffins. But Chantal is on the line right now. Chantal, good morning. You are in the culinary hotline. Bling! Ting, ting, ting! What you got?
Morning.
Good morning. What's your culinary conundrum, Chantal, from Joburg?
Hi.
Hello.
Here we go.
Happy
Come
birthday
again.
What is your culinary conundrum? What is your question? Switch off your TV's volume.
Oh, my question was, what are the ingredients of cooking sushi?
The ingredients of cooking sushi. All right, let's go. Rice.
Number 1, it's not cooked. It's raw fish.
It's raw fish, so you don't
And
cook
it's
sushi.
rice, soy sauce, and wasabi, and some beautiful Japanese mayonnaise. That's the basis.
That's a basic.
And then whatever else you want to have in
Add
it.
to it,
Could we quickly do a very quick run of how you make bran and raisin muffins?
Yes, you're going to think I'm mad now. Can you die eiers vir my breek?
Ja, breek die eiers.
I'm going to put the milk in this. You put all the wet stuff together first. Do that to prevent a splash. Lovely oil.
And then you've used the
You
Sasco
klitzy,
bran
klitzy.
muffin mix, which is perfect because
Such
it's
a lovely
easy
way
to
to
use.
cheat. It's got everything in it that you need. And then you bring the dry
Yes, and the wet
and
together.
the wet together. And I've got a little tip in here.
I see, because you sprinkled some of the dry into the raisins.
Yes, because I want to coat these raisins to make sure they don't stick to the bottom. It's all about bottoms today.
There we go.
See?
Brilliant.
So that it goes all the way into the mix. Kom my
Your
bokkie.
handiwork is amazing.
Mix
Kom,
it so
Bokkie, werk
beautifully.
saam.
So,
And then
Bokkie moet hard werk
your oven will be at 180 degrees once that is in a
20
beautiful...
minutes, darling.
20 minutes in your muffin pan, and there you have
There
it,
we
ladies.
go. How
easy.
As always, I love your work. Thank you very much for the calls. Keep those questions coming on our Facebook page, and we'll take them on again next week on the Culinary Hotline. Bling! Sing, sing!